Hello everyone. So today's video is about how to get over a breakup. So I'm no expert or anything like that, but I know what heartbreak feels like and what it feels like to miss someone. And I just have a few tips that I think are helpful to any female or male that is missing their significant other or their best friend or, a person they're dating. I mean, this is mainly for people that are in a relationship, but you could also use it if you're missing anyone really, a sibling, a friend, a cousin, whatever the case may be. But the first step is, to put all your energy into getting to know yourself again. And what I mean by that is, meditating and taking a break and focusing on what your goals are, what your short-term goals are, what your long-term goals are, and just looking at this opportunity or this breakup or time away from the person as a great chance and gift, a second chance at fulfilling yourself or finding yourself, so that you can, instead of needing like the other 50%, even though love is great, it should be two wholes coming together, not two halves coming together. So this is your chance to go on that journey and really further discover yourself. And that's not to say that you haven't already. Maybe you have, and maybe this is just a chance for you to sharpen your skills that you've already discovered. So that's the first tip. Look at this as a gift and as an opportunity to do something that you usually didn't have the time to do. The second tip is to realize that you were never going to be fulfilled by loving this person fully. I mean, that may have brought joy to your life, may have been a great person that you knew, or just lots of great memories, and that's worth something. But that's not everything. You were still going to have your challenges and your valleys in the midst of the mountains. So just to remember that there will be new beginnings again. I mean, you will meet new people along the way. So just to remind yourself that there is an end to this beginning. The third tip is something that I actually got from another YouTuber while watching videos on how to heal, coincidentally enough, from a breakup. But it's actually very helpful and useful. So this third tip is to write down a list of all the cons about this person and all the things you can't stand or that you're just fed up with, and refer to this list every time that you miss them. Every single time, refer to this list. And it's mandatory that you do that when you miss them, because that's when in that moment when you look at the list, it'll all make sense why you did this, what you're fed up with, and what you're not going to deal with anymore. So that list is a crucial, important one. I almost feel like I should have made that number one, to make a list, because it's just very helpful and important. The fourth one is to remind yourself of the new standard that you're now setting, like the new level that you've leveled up in a way by this death of a situation. And so now you need to evaluate your standards and what you are not going to allow that you allowed in the past. So, just writing that in a diary, journal, anywhere that you can refer back to, and just looking at, what your standards are for the future and for the present, and just working on your self-worth. Like, what is your self-worth? What are your standards? And what is it that you really look for in a friend, family member, and or romantic relationship? Because sometimes it's important to cut out all toxic relationships. That could be family, that could be friends, and that could be romantic. Whatever it is, but you're still looking at your self-worth and what you're not going to put up with. And so that's number 4, making a list in a journal of your new standards and your self-worth, your goals when it comes to respecting your self-worth. And the 5th and final tip, because this is short and sweet, like I like all YouTube videos that I watch to be, to try new things in this time of sadness yet healing. And by that I mean basically going back to the meditation thing, but try new routines, try new workouts, get into Pilates. Like if you were just hiking and working out, then you want to switch it up on purpose, because in that way, by changing things, you're acknowledging that there was the death of a relationship. You're grieving that relationship, but you're also trying something that you've always wanted to try. You're taking the negative and making it a positive by trying something fun and doing something good that you've always wanted to do. Maybe something that person that you were friends with or in a relationship with would just never do with you. Now you can try it because they're not holding you back anymore, and they're not deciding what you're going to do or what you can't do. So yeah, trying new things and doing those workouts, new workouts, or a new type of workout, or adding a morning meditation into your routine, maybe 10 minutes every morning, or whatever it may be, like a bath ritual every Wednesday and Sunday, whatever you want to do. But just changing up your routine and acknowledging that, hey, now that this person's out of my life, I can do this every 2 days of the week. And it's not to say that you couldn't, but if you were in a toxic relationship, maybe you couldn't. So, or maybe if you were in a toxic friendship where your head was constantly all over the place and you just weren't in a good state of mind, you never had the thought to do it. I think a lot of times you'll realize that once you get out of a super toxic relationship, whether it be family, friend, or romantic, that all of a sudden, when you're free from it, you have all these new ideas and anything's possible. You have new ideas, you have this newfound energy, this newfound happiness. And what that comes from is your subconscious knowing, or your subconscious self knowing that you were imprisoned in a way by that bond. And that now, like, your true creativity and who you really are and what you're interested in is now all possible. So it's acknowledging that. You'll find that when you do cut that person off or in that relationship, although you have an immense amount of sadness, you also have a great splurge of creativity, or this burst of creativity and just really happy moments where you're like, oh my God, especially when you refer back to that list of all the cons about that person or all the bad things they made you feel. In those moments, you will be very happy and very free, and everything makes sense. So I hope this short and sweet list of 5 tips to get over a breakup and heal from it have helped you, and that you found some sort of solace in it. I know that YouTube has been a very great place for me to go to during certain breakups or friendships that have ended, as well as romantic relationships. I will admit it's harder to let go of a romantic relationship for me than a friendship, depending on the friendship. Not all are the same, but either way, I hope that this video was as helpful as I found some other YouTube videos. And if you have any questions or comments, then you can definitely obviously leave that in the comments below. And please hit the bell button so that you're notified when I drop a new video. And like, share, support, and I'm so thankful for you guys watching. See you in the next video.